Okay, Darryl Moore is lying to you. Hello, everybody. This is Blessed Abundantly. I'm not into this beef with King Jive and Darryl Moore. I had my own thing going between what Darryl Moore had made a video concerning black church women attacking him. And before he made that video, he had commented on my video. Okay. Now, yesterday he made a video, uh, and this was hours after Miko and Jive did their video and showed some court documents concerning Darryl Moore. Now, after the live with the 18, let me see, a transcript came to show you guys how to look up documents in DeKalb County of Georgia. Now, Darryl Moore, he had lived in DeKalb at one time. He also lived in Clayton County, which is a county in Georgia as well. Okay, and these are documents that I have put up. Now, this could be him. This could, somebody said, but so far, what I'm pulling up is child support. Let me go somewhere else. Hold on. Let me pause this for a second. I'll be right back. Okay, this here, this is the tax. And Darryl D. Moore, right there, that was filed in 2001. Now, again, these are not felonies or misdemeanors, nothing like that. I'll try to look up that court case because I believe that Jive and Miko has some solid, real documents on Darryl Moore. Okay. Now, this is the tax evasion, this is tax collect. So this has something to do with taxes. As you see what I'm pulling up, Darryl D. Moore. Okay, let me pause this again. Let me pull up something else. Okay, I'm back again. This right here. This is a Superior Court Civil Case Inquiry. Order to dismiss, I guess, in 2013. I'm sorry, 2003. I don't have my glasses on. 2003. Okay, this was filed in 2001, August 20th, 2001. So I don't know what this is about. It just says separate maintenance. Okay, so plaintiff. I guess that's the attorney name or something. Hold on. Okay, so the plaintiff is Melody Moore. I guess defendant is Darryl Moore. So this is something to kind of like look at, I guess. I'm not into this thing. It's just that if you're gonna tell people about court cases, just be at least honest. That's all I'm just saying. That's for, let me see a transcript and Darryl Moore. Because you guys got up there last night after the live with the 18 and try to show people how to look up court case in DeKalb County, Georgia. But you did not say, hey, I did have a court case, whether it was a felony, a misdemeanor, or just happened to do with separating from wife, from spouse, or, with child support, something like that. Just let them know, hey, I was in court fighting against child support, or I got dragged into court because of child support, or separated from my wife, or, me and my wife got into it and I had to be dragged into court. Just be honest with them so that when people pull up this stuff, you don't have nothing to hide. You already told the people, hey, this is what happened a long time ago. In 2001, there was a court case between me and my wife. You know, um, she got me in court for child support. She got me in court. She said I did something. The case was dismissed. So that when people pull this stuff up, you don't have nothing to hide. They already know what's up. But this is it. There is one more case I have to look at. And then I will let you guys know. But what I want to talk to you guys about is this. I have nothing to do with these court cases or nothing like that. I know Darryl Moore pulls out a lot of court cases on Larry Reid. But the one thing about Darryl Moore is this. Is that you, sir, jumped on my video that I made some months ago. And you were trying to say that I was a Larry Reid follower. Not so much somebody who just watched his video, but kind of like a fan or something like that. I don't have a Patreon. I don't do Patreon on Larry Reid's platform. I don't subscribe to that, and I'm not against anybody who does. I don't mind watching Larry Reid. I like his professionalism. I like his program. I did have some disagreements about something he said on his platform, and that was with Pt3 Jordan. And I made a video about that because I wanted to let people know that astrology is not a science that it's not even considered a science. That's what I found out. And it totally goes against biblical principles. To me, it does. Science in the Bible, there are parts of science that does not agree with the Bible, and evolution is one of those sciences. I got this thing on here that I know people can see that notification. I didn't turn off my notification or nothing like that. But there are branches of science that does not agree with the Bible, like evolution. It does not agree with the Bible at all because evolution says that we came from monkeys, and the Bible said that God created man in his own image. He made man from the dust of the ground. Period. History, and I would say if you go back, not the history with what happened in 1800 in America or nothing like that, because we know that a lot of history has been deleted or not mentioned, and people just put in whatever history they wanted to put in. I'm talking about with the Jews and all that stuff, because the Jews, they have a war against Antiochus, the emperor, I guess, that time. He had a piece of Macedonia. I forgot what part. I don't know if it was Egypt or. I have to go back and really read that. But this king was very harsh towards the Jews and Maccabees and stuff. And of course, you can read some of that in the Apocrypha. But the Apocrypha is not a book that was written by men who, how should I say, it's not a canonized book. It wasn't men who was guided by God who wrote that book, okay? And there are books that are in the Apocrypha, and it was at one time in the King James Version Bible. You won't see it in the King James Version Bible if you buy the King James Version out of the store. You will, however, you can download it with the King James Version, how the way it was before they pulled it out on your phone. But the Apocrypha book, has books in it that was not canonized. Okay, and canonized means it was not written by man who was guided by God. But they do have the history of Maccabees being one of the Jewish man who led the revolution against Antiochus and his soldiers, and they won their freedom, so to speak. We know that the Jews have been persecuted for years, even in around World War II, when Hitler was around. So a lot of history follows the Bible. If you study Jewish history, you'll see that the Bible and history and that history goes hand in hand. So anyway, so I did make a video where I disagreed with Larry Reed on that, but I did not drag Larry Reed. I do have respect for Larry Reed. I don't know Larry Reed, but for somebody to sit up there and to make a video saying why they being attacked by women, you were being attacked by me, Darryl Moore. When you threatened a woman, threatened to go to Chicago and kill a woman, and then you deleted that video. And ever since then, you have not made mention of that threat. You made mention of every other false threat that you had, but not that one. Or every other mention of every false threat that people said you made. But you never mentioned that video or what you said ever again. Also, you were dragging a woman for filth after you had exchanged nude pictures with her. You got on your platform, you and the A-Team, and y'all dragged this lady very badly. And that's when people was offended, and I was one of those people, and that's when I made my video and dragged you and Marcellus, not so much the women's. So that's what those videos were about. I don't have nothing really against you other than that. Your beef is with the other people. You created a beef against Larry Reed with the court dates and stuff, and you used Jimmy Battle. That's how I feel, but that's none of my business. I'm not in that mess. And then, of course, you have a beef with King Jive, and you have been pulling their names in a lot of your videos. I have nothing again to do with that. I'm just letting you know that, first of all, when you call me a hypocrite, I have not been in church in a while. And I know that you are a part of Freemason and stuff, so you say. Freemason and Christianity don't even go hand in hand. A lot of people might say that they might accept a lot of Christians. Of course they will. But when you get up to that 32nd and 33rd degree Freemason, you are actually denouncing Christ. And if you don't believe me, you could pull up a lot of things on Freemason and what it really stands for. There are people who have been Freemason who have written books and told others about it. There is a cop on YouTube, or an ex-cop, who actually was a part of Freemason, because a lot of police officers are Freemasons. And he had told about how he joined the Brotherhood. See, I didn't know when I worked at Fort Rucker, there was a lot of people that was a part of Freemason. There was some that wasn't. They didn't know what it was about or anything like that. But most other people, especially those who were union reps, were Freemason, and they would always say something about the Brotherhood. And I do know this, that black and white people, even somebody who was an actual Freemason, while I was out there working at Fort Rucker, told me that black and whites do not sit in the same lodge, that black people have their own lodge, and that there are a lot of stuff that are kept secret, that are kept secret, that they cannot reveal. So that right there, and when you look at witchcraft, if you study about Semiramis and Tammuz and Nimrod, you will find that after Nimrod and Tammuz had died, that Semiramis decided, instead of doing stuff in the light, that they would do it in the dark. And this was, she had told everybody that she got pregnant by Nimrod after he had died with Tammuz. Tammuz was killed. And so he went, and this is how the unholy trinity was formed. and they still have that up. It's under a different name, but you will see that even in the Catholic Church on Holy Trinity, even though they call it Mary. And we know there was an actual Mary who gave birth to the actual Christ. But the Catholics don't serve that particular person if you really read the history. When the Catholicism came in to play, they changed a whole lot of stuff. They falsified Christianity, so to speak. And anybody who went against the Pope was killed. And you will find that also in history. And a lot of churches don't teach that. But you could look up Walter Martin. Walter Martin. He was a minister. He was back in the 80s. He had made, there are some videos out there. He talks about Freemason. Because a lot of Christians join Freemason out of ignorance. A lot of people do, not just Christians. And I know that they have Muslims, all types of people join. And when you join these groups like that, you get special privileges. Like if you get in trouble, you might not get a heavier sentence, or you might get a lawyer that is able to bail you out. You might be able to get a good job because you are part of the Freemason. But see, it's sort of like if you selling your soul, even though you're not up there saying that you're a devil worshiper or nothing like that. But once you go up through those ranks, because you do have to go through rituals just to become a part of that, I know that. And see, that's for men. That organization was for men, and then they decided to have the Eastern Star for women. And that star that represents the Eastern Star, witches use that to do evil against people. And I noticed that when I watched the president give somebody a star or a Medal of Honor, that they have changed. It was always a star, I believe, but you notice how the star is on them now. It's the same type of symbol. These symbols do not change their meaning just because somebody say that they represent this now instead of that. Because you do have a whole lot of witches that still use those symbols to cast curses and to bring out spirits and everything. Just like the El Diablo sign, or we know it as the devil horn. El Diablo means devil horn. That has never changed its meaning. Even though people might say it means I love you nowadays and stuff. But when Anton LaVey was on somebody's talk show back in the 60s, he used that sign and said it means the curse. Anton LaVey was the pastor of the Satan Church in San Diego, California, or something like that. People don't know a whole lot of your songs. People have sat out there and did automatic writing just to get those songs. So this is what I was studying back in 2017 and 18, looking at different things and stuff. And that's how I learned about a lot of this stuff. So Darryl, again, back to you. I was not attacking you because of Larry Reid or because of my like for Larry Reid or anything like that. It has something to do with the women that you were attacking, because you was being disrespectful to these women, and a lot of these women wasn't doing anything to you. Now, that beef that you got going on now, that has nothing to do with me. But if y'all going to bring court cases and stuff, and you say you being truthful and honest, but will be truthful and honest about everything, not just some things. So now I'm getting off. And everybody who watched this, I hope you have a blessed weekend, a blessed day. Bye.